Hello again. This is my fourth or fifth video on the subject of my wife not being allowed into the UK because she infringed a couple of microscopic points on the original entry visa application for a visitor's visa. Anyway, here I am today after a long rainy day, and I speak to Elena every day on the telephone, which cost me a fortune, of course. But every time we speak, it's as though we've never been apart, and I completely realise and trust the fact that she hasn't got anybody else and I haven't got anybody else, and our relationship continues. Nothing's changed between us, really. If we met at the airport today or tomorrow, then it would be as though we'd never been apart. But we haven't seen each other for at least 18 months now. Of course, having got married on the 26th of April 2005. Time goes by very quickly, but one of the problems, of course, is that she's 25 years younger than me, and I'll be 67 in December, so I don't have a lot of credibility, and neither does our story have much credibility, except that truth is stranger than fiction, and I think love can transcend most barriers, and the fact she's Russian is irrelevant. I mean, frankly, if you've got lots of money, this country will take you in no problem whatsoever. I mean, our basic principles stem from the slave trade, when Sir Francis Drake and a few others became multimillionaires by shipping half of West Africa to the southern United States, thus initiating the total and utter rampant success of the slave trade. And now we're apologising for it, and quite rightly so. Despicable behaviour. What a history. How this country can ever criticise other nations that commit different crimes, when you think of our own background, which was rewarded by such actions, is utterly unbelievable. And we've got Russians that come over here that have got lots of money from the oil industry and from the transition of communism to capitalism, where some of them really cleaned up and made a fortune. But unfortunately, Elena is not in that category, neither am I. And we don't have anything to do with polonium-210 as well, as I said before, but I suppose this is the price of total obscurity. We will eventually get together, I expect, but it's going to take a miracle, because I'm not a wealthy person myself. I live in very reduced circumstances. But Elena stayed here for 3 months once, and I live in an old people's bungalow, which is just a 2-bedroom little old bungalow, rented, of course, from a housing association. And I must admit that frugal as I try to be, it's very difficult to manage, but I'm still trying to work, but not very, very successfully, so it's a bit of a problem, really. Even this lamp I've got here is totally and utterly erratic. It's probably going to brighten up and explode any second. So anyway, I'm just adding to the other videos that I put on this YouTube, because I'm hoping that we'll be able to apply for a spouse visa very shortly. But of course, even though I will conform to all the requirements, we won't get one, because the British Embassy in Moscow is totally and utterly against us, and so is the state. And once you're up against the state in this country, you just know you're really up against it. They let every person into the immigration system in this country, except for my wife, who happens to be white, and myself, who happen to be white, and we're totally discriminated against. And this is a sort of bureaucracy which is creeping in insidiously. And for example, even if I send her any money, I now have to fill in a full Gestapo declaration of where I got the money from, which comes out of my state old age pension, in actual fact. So I send her a small amount of money every week, because it's cheaper to send it every week, and make sure she's got something to keep going. But there you go. Some people live a good life and have a lot of money, and those there's quite a few of us that don't. Vast knowledge and experience, quite a lot of talent in different directions, but unfortunately I'm a reject of society. And there's thousands like me, thousands, many thousands. So on that happy note, I think I'll go and watch television for a little while and try and cheer myself up. So thank you for your attention, and wish me luck. Wish us both luck.